Hello everyone and welcome back to, I think it's part 5 of Nancy Drew and the Deadly Device. So, it's been a little bit since I played this actually, so, if I remember correctly, Ryan is going to fix the candy machine, and, we're collecting the cat head things. So, let's leave. Oh, I also said I wanted to talk to the Hardy Boys, so let's do that now while I'm thinking of it. Because otherwise, we have messages too. Oh, hello. So Deirdre from a previous part, I don't remember which one, she said she was going to look into the 911 calls for us. So that's what this is. Heard back about the 911 call. Guess who waited 30 minutes before calling in the accident, according to time of death reports. Ellie, that's who. I wonder what she was doing, probably covering her murderous tracks. I mean, who does that? Stylishly late doesn't apply to 911 calls. And before you ask, that's all I know about this. Okay, those are the ones who know. So Ellie waited 30 minutes before calling 911. Interesting. Let us call Frank and Joe, and then we'll call Deirdre.
Nancy, Frank was just talking about you.
Oh yeah? Is that so?
Just recounting the time. So how are you? How's Colorado?
Science-y.
Awesome. Not bad.
I want to catch you up on the case.
Give us the deets. Joe, there's already a word that means what you're trying to say. Frank, it's a language, not a museum. Tear down the velvet rope standing in the way of your word imagination. Joe. Sorry, Nancy. Please go ahead.
I was called in to solve a cold case murder.
Whoa, a murder. I am flabber worried. Isn't that a little on the dangerous side?
It might be.
I wish we could be there to help.
Where are you?
We're on a submarine. Well, currently it's a boat, but intermittently it's a submarine.
What are you doing on a submarine?
It's sort of a long story, and we're still putting the pieces together. Not gonna lie, Nancy, it's some pretty sweet stuff. Crime syndicates, pirate treasure, and there's some talk of pirate ghosts, but no confirmations as of yet. But fingers crossed. More importantly, tell us about you.
Okay, here's the full scoop. Victor, the lab owner, called me in to help solve a cold case.
Why did he call you? Isn't this a job for the police?
Well, that's the thing. The police hit a dead end, and Nico, the researcher who was killed, all of his papers were put into evidence.
And they stay in evidence until the case is closed, right?
Exactly.
What makes the papers so important?
Apparently, Nico was very close to making his research public. The research was supposedly going to revolutionize the way power is created and delivered in this country. Well, the world, really. Victor wants the papers released before anyone else connects the dots.
If it's such a big deal, how come he didn't go to some big private eye or something? Joe, probably because Nancy's got a very well-deserved reputation of being the best there is. I'm sorry, Nancy. I didn't mean it that way. It just seems like a really big job.
I thought the same thing, trust me. But he thinks because of my age, no one will suspect I'm undercover. I hope he's right.
Oh, undercover. That makes sense. Cool. Keep us up to date. We'll do everything we can to help.
Deirdre's decided to help me out.
What's in it for her?
A passing grade?
Oh, lucky. I wonder who her teacher is. I foiled 3 art heists, and did that help my art history grade? No. No, it did not. Rescue a stolen Vermeer, yet you still get a C.
I mean, professors are cruel, that is for sure. Let's talk about these people.
I met Ellie.
The verdict?
She's nice, a little quiet.
Isn't that what the neighbors always say on the news after someone goes berserk? She seemed so quiet. Says the loudest person I've ever met. Sometimes people are just quiet.
True. I'm very quiet at home, so I'm probably going to go berserk someday. And the neighbors will say, she seems so quiet.
Have you ever used a rapid prototyper?
You mean a 3D printer? That's an awful name. It doesn't even make sense, but yes, they're pretty cool.
Any advice on how to use one?
Sure. It's all about following the steps. You've got to make the design, send it to the machine, find the prototyper, and start the fabrication process. Then, you wait. Impatiently. That's just you.
Oh, I didn't realize I could scroll down. Whoops.
I met Mason.
What's Mason like?
Cold and detached.
That's a reassuring pair of personality traits. He sounds a little textbook. See if you can get a reaction out of him somehow.
I met Ryan.
So, what's his story?
Her.
Okay, hang on. Adjusting mental image, removing mustache, change haircut and shoes, done. Wait, adding hat. Okay, done for real. So what's her story?
She's the one who made the part that malfunctioned and killed Nico.
That's serious. But if she wasn't arrested, there must be some doubt.
Some, but Victor really thinks she might be the one.
Does she seem like a cold-blooded killer?
I mean, not really.
No.
Then keep a close eye on her. Don't forget, your safety is more important than solving the case.
I just saw a really cool Tesla coil demo.
You just said the one thing that could make me wish I wasn't on a submarine. I agree. I've always wanted to see one up close.
It was really impressive. They're definitely on the dangerous side.
Not really. Well, they can be if they're wired up wrong, but overall they're pretty safe.
Do you know much about Tesla coils?
Are you kidding? I'm the biggest Nikola Tesla fan in the world. I think. It might be a tie. I'll allow that.
I didn't know you two were Tesla fans.
Tesla was like a real-life wizard. Well, his contributions to the scientific community are the most boring things to talk about when it comes to Tesla, Frank. He carried around an earthquake machine and built death rays. That stuff is probably blown out of proportion. I will not have you in boring Tesla, Frank. He was one of the few scientists who truly valued crazy giant lightning storms. When he was bored, he and Mark Twain would take turns electrocuting themselves. I mean, come on! The flashy stuff is cool, Joe. But what really impresses me is how all of these seemingly crazy things he dreamed up are now being proven to be actually possible.
Like wireless energy.
Yeah, and harvesting energy from space and the Earth itself. Wait, is that what Nico was working on?
I don't know all of the details exactly, but it seems like it.
Amazing!
I'll let you go.
Later.
Alright, and those are the Hardy Boys. Good time. Let's call Deirdre. Less of a good time.
Hey, hey.
What do you know about surveillance video?
That you watch it?
Have you heard of cases where the video has been faked?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
How can you tell if the video's been edited in some way?
It's getting harder and harder to tell. But the number one thing you need to do is to make sure that you've got the original video feed. If you don't, analyzing the data file isn't going to do you much good.
Is there a way to know if I have the original?
Yeah, that's the detective part. Not in my wheelhouse.
You read up on the case, right? I don't understand why Ryan was under so much scrutiny but never sent to trial.
From what I gathered, something didn't add up with the video and the timeline. Someone had to be in the lab with Nico. Otherwise, he'd still be here today.
So if her alibi stands up, it couldn't be her.
Exactly. Unless there's something big I'm missing.
Something's weird about this whole thing.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Figure this out.
I asked her about the night of the murder. She was pretty much mute. I'm undercover here. I can't push too hard. Can you see what you can find on your end?
I'll see what I can find. All I've got is the database. Don't expect any miracles.
Alright. Hold one. I found a quarter, but oh my gosh. This guy is useless sometimes. Alright. Let's just do all the talking because I feel like you have to talk to some people. Yeah, Mason's here.
Hey.
You look a little upset.
Someone moved my things. Someone will pay.
Oops, that was me. Like in the previous part when you sneak into his office, you can move his stuff, and then he gets so angry. What do you think of Ellie? And then we'll get into
What do you think of Ellie?
She hates me so much that she switched to the night shift. Come to think of it, she hates me so much I should actually feel a sense of accomplishment, which I now do. There it is.
What did you do that she dislikes you so much?
Why do you assume it was me?
You never know if you don't ask.
Don't accuse, you mean. And honestly, I've got no clue.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
That was a little bit rude. But anyway, so let's see what we have to do because I am a little bit like not.
Still have to do that. Still have to do that.
We've met everyone at the lab, though. Right? We met Gray. Right? Yeah, we met Gray.
Can't check that. That's done. Can't check. Can't check that off yet. That's done. That's done. Can't check that off yet.
Alrighty, so let's see, what's this? Oh, it's just, yeah. One piece of evidence that we have. Let's go to see if we can collect cat parts for some reason. Oh, we probably, you know, I'm thinking we should probably, oh, she also fixed his, that's what she was going to go fix. Not the candy machine. We already did the candy machine. She was going to fix the, this thing. Here we go.
It's Wednesday. I've clocked 49 hours of work this week. I found another note from Ryan on my door this morning. This time a threat. She continues to surprise. She's smarter than she looks. And then later she confronted me by the couch in the lounge and handed me another of her threats. I didn't bother taking it with me.
Okay.
The coil as is, it's little more than a plaything. I can't get the proper flow using the original design. I've got schematics drawn up for an entirely new prototype, but maybe that step isn't necessary. The math is solid, and the small-scale experiments are running at an efficiency of about 80%, and that's using the old design. I checked in on Mason's work today. He has the strangest attraction to exactly the work I'd most like him to avoid. I'm starting to question if he knows what he's toying with. I've made my message to him clear, yet he keeps going back to the rough materials application portion of the process. Perhaps it's time Gray tightens up the network to keep him in line. Maybe it's time to replace him. He's been less of an asset than I expected anyway.
That's harsh.
I'm finding myself spending more and more time down in my study in a state somewhere near sleep. Viewing the schematics in my mind, looking for flaws. Doesn't make sense that I'm finding none.
Alright, interesting. So, he's been having a crisis, and he suspects, or he's been like thinking mean things about his coworkers. But Ryan, he said, threatened him by the couch. Oops. Which means we gotta investigate the couch. Unless you're dying to see the inside of a body bag, I suggest you rethink your plans. You're smart enough to know what's going to happen if you don't stop. Nico, consider what I'm saying. If you run the coil in that configuration, it's going to kill you. For the last time, no, if you make me do this, you're going to end up dead.
Whoa, better follow up on this.
I'll be personally accepting my award at the Visionaries in Science Conference on the night of the 24th. They certainly believe that I can do what I say. You'd better as well. I mean, at the end of the cat part. Like, yeah, it sounds bad, but you also have to take into consideration the fact that he was telling her what to do, and she was just saying, fine, I'll do it, but be careful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's go ask her, what do you mean by threatening him with evidence? I'm not threatening him with the evidence, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Alright. Come. Talk to me.
What's up?
I found these notes in the lounge. Is this your handwriting?
Yes.
So you admit to threatening Nico.
It looks like a threat, but it really isn't.
What else could it possibly be? It says right here.
I know what it says.
Then what?
A warning. It means just what it says. He wanted me to build something that could kill him. I had to make sure he knew what he was working with.
Do you have anything to prove that's true?
You know what? I need you to leave me alone right now. Go, please.
Okay, but like, honey, you just threatened someone. I'm going to ask you about it. And by you kicking me out, it makes you look very suspicious. Hold on. Should we do the etching solution? Let's try it, I guess, or let's go to the lab and see if there's anything we can do here. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Not yet. Alright. So, in order to get this thing working, we need to create the etching solution, which is in here. I think. Yeah, etching solution. Okay. I don't know what this means though. So I need to figure out which one I need to do. Wafer type. How do we find out what the wafer type is? Do we just look back in the wafer type thing?
I've already got
But I
one.
need to see what kind it is. I don't know what kind it is. Alright, that's my problem. Okay, it's a silicone wafer. That scared me.
Nancy, Ryan's alibi stands up. She couldn't have killed Nico.
What? How do you know?
She told the police that she won an award. That was her alibi. But it left her with enough time to sneak back in. It wasn't airtight. Close, but not perfect. There was nothing in the crime database. But I had a hunch. I went to the journalism lab and used their photographer database. The ceremony was a national story, so a bunch of freelancers put their shots up for sale.
You found pictures of Ryan, but what does that prove?
By itself, nothing. But count 'em, two different photographers submitted photos of Ryan standing near a visible clock.
She couldn't have made it back in time.
Yes, that was the finale I was building to and was excited to get to say out loud that you interrupted.
Oh, Deirdre, you're amazing.
That is a genuine compliment. Okay. I'm working on tracking down the photographers, but it could take weeks. For now, it looks like Ryan's in the clear.
I don't know who to focus on now that Ryan's been cleared.
I can't help you there. Whoever did this was very calculating. It's sort of too bad that the rest of your suspects are scientists.
True.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were starting to enjoy working with me.
No. It's just that I'm bored and I'm completely out of episodes of TDPD.
TDPD? Is that a... What is that?
The best show on television. Ever. And you've never heard of it? Nancy, he was a linebacker and now he's a crime tracker. Ring a bell? Officer Downs, anything?
Sorry, never heard of it.
Sometimes it's like you live on Mars.
Honestly though, that's me and my friends because I am so out of the loop with literally everything. Alright, let's just say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, so it's a silicone wafer. That was pretty freaking obvious, but I was of course an idiot. So silicone, I'm pretty sure it's the SI, but sometimes they like to fool you. So, yep, silicone is SI. Also, I'd just like to show you how I got to my conclusions. So this has got to be the type of wafer we're using. Silicone with hydrofluoric acid, nitric acid, and water. These are the measurements. Let's go see if we can do it. And let's see. I was really bad at chemistry, however, so don't have a whole lot of hope for me. Okay. Darn. Well, I know that's water, obviously. Hydrofluoric acid, maybe? What was the other one that we needed? And nitric acid. Nitric acid? Oh wait, Han. I see Han. So that's carbon. Okay, hold on. Hold one. Not nitrogen dioxide and water. And water. Okay. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm pretty sure water, hydrofluoric something, and this one. I'm pretty sure those are the three we need. I'm going to try. If I die, I die. Hydrofluoric acid, so we need 3. We're going to try this one. Hold up. Yeah, we're gonna try this one first. Then we need 1 of nitric acid. So we're going to do 4. Dump into there. We have 1. Please. And then we need how much of water? 4 of water. It makes me uncomfortable that like all the chemicals are the same color. Please. Yay, I think that worked. I think it worked. So now I have my etching solution. The music though, it makes me so happy. Alright. Etching solution. Silicone wafer. Oh, darn. I need the plans, the schematics. Which, how am I supposed to get those?
Check. Can't check that off. Check.
Alright, well I think we've done quite a bit in this part, so I'm going to end it here, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with the next part. Alright, bye.